Happy New Year! As we say goodbye to 2022 and look toward the future, this is a great time to set goals that will set you on a path to living the life that you want. I'm Britt, founder and CEO of Dow Janes, and today I'm going to teach you how to set financial goals that will push you toward the success you want. Then I'm going to give you 8 specific financial goals to achieve this year, if you really want a challenge. All right, so how should you set a financial goal? First, you want to clarify your values. You either know what these are already, or you can use a deck or a free online quiz to identify your top values. I'll link to some resources below. My top 3 values from the Live Your Values deck are spirituality, growth, and contribution. Yours might be solo time, health, justice, or freedom. With your values in mind, picture what you want your life to look like, both long-term and short-term. So if adventure and trying new experiences is important to you, then maybe you want to be able to travel abroad for a few weeks out of the year. Or if independence and creativity are important to you, maybe you want to start your own business. Whatever your values are, think about what it would look like to live in total alignment with them. Then I want you to set long and short-term financial goals that would help you do that. So if you want to travel more, maybe you set a goal for saving enough money for airfare, a place to stay, and being able to take time off work. If you value personal achievement and success, maybe a long-term goal is getting a promotion at your company. In that case, you might want a master's degree, which will require saving and financial planning. So once you've set these goals, I want you to make them SMART. You've probably heard this before. It's an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. I'll talk through what each of those mean. Specific, S. Be clear on what you want to accomplish and how you're going to accomplish it. For instance, instead of saying, I'm going to work on my finances, say, every Wednesday morning, I'm going to make a cup of coffee, sit down on the back porch, and spend an hour reviewing my spending habits, looking at my bank accounts, and tracking my financial habits and progress. So make it really specific as to what you're going to do. Also make it measurable. Set a number so you can determine whether you hit the goal or not. For example, I want to save $3,000 for a vacation. A, attainable. Make sure you have the necessary skills and resources to accomplish this goal. Don't make it totally unrealistic. 4, relevant. A relevant goal can answer yes to the following questions. Is this goal worthwhile? Is this the right time for this goal? Does it align with my other values and other goals? If the answer is yes, it is relevant. And 5, time-bound. You want to set a deadline for your goal. So for New Year's resolutions, typically you want to accomplish your goals by the end of the year. For bigger goals like paying off student loans, you may want to aim for 5 years from now, or whatever is reasonable based on your debt and income. Then you write down your goals, how you're going to achieve them, and how you're going to celebrate once you do. Here's an example. Given my value of freedom, my goal is to pay off my student loans by December 2024. To do so, I'm going to save $1,000 each month. Once I pay them off, I'm going to take myself to Hawaii for vacation for less than $1,000. You want to make sure your celebratory reward is also in line with your values and financial goals, which is why I gave it a budget in this case. Then you want to automate as much as possible. So for example, if you have a goal to save, set up your bank account so that 20% of your paycheck goes straight into savings. The less hands-on work you have to do each week or each month, the more likely you are to reach your goal. It's great when the goal just kind of happens in the background. If you are with me so far, give this video a thumbs up. Next, we're going to talk about specific financial goals that I would recommend you set for 2023. These are for the ambitious. There are 8 goals. You can go for some of them, you can go for all of them, totally up to you. So I'm going to include some short and some long-term financial goals to achieve this year. 1, improve your money relationship. All of us have subconscious beliefs and emotions around money. It could be things we picked up in childhood. We saw the greedy villains in animated movies and assumed that wanting money was bad. Maybe, like many of us, you grew up in an environment where the man was expected to take care of the money, and as a result, no one educated you about personal finance and you feel stressed and intimidated by money. It's really important to uncover those subconscious beliefs and emotions and how they're impacting you and how they're affecting your financial decisions. For example, you might believe that you're irresponsible with money. If so, you're going to feel guilty every time you buy something, and you don't need to feel guilty. Lorianne did a fantastic video talking about how she transformed her unhealthy relationship with money and got out of $40,000 of debt. So I'll link to that in the description if you want to learn more. All right, second goal for you. Pay down your high interest rate debt. This is one of the most important things you can do to help yourself financially succeed this year. In fact, you won't be able to gain financial freedom until you've paid off your high interest rate debt. What do we mean by high interest rate? It's anything with an interest rate above 7%. So credit card debt, for instance. There are other things like personal loans, some car loans. You can look up the interest rate to find out. And the reason why paying off this type of debt is important is because you have to pay it off before you can start investing. The reason for that is a simple math problem. On average, when you invest in the stock market, the return is about 8%. Since your credit cards are charging you 20 to 30% in interest, if you try to invest while you still have debt, you're basically throwing away money. So instead, you want to put everything you can towards your debt first. Then, once you're credit card debt free, we can talk about investing. Third goal for you this year, create multiple income streams. So once you've paid off your high interest rate debt, it's time to put your money to work. And unfortunately, the only income stream that most people have is earned income, the money they have from working at their job. But adding more streams of income not only allows you to make more money, but it allows you to make money without having to do hands-on work for it. That means having more time to spend with friends and family or explore other interests. So there are a lot of ways to add more income streams to your life. You could own a rental property, you could create a digital product, or you could invest. There are a lot of different ways to add income streams to your life. Some of them are more hands-on, more involved than others. Investing is one of the ways to build wealth. So if you aren't already invested, make it a priority to start this year. You can check out our free masterclass, Think Like an Investor, where we teach you the principles of successful investors. We also have a bunch of YouTube videos we've made on investing for beginners, which I'll link to below. Fourth goal for you this year, be generous. Think back to the last time you gave. Maybe you gave a loved one a really special Christmas gift. Maybe you donated your time to a homeless shelter or gave money to something, a cause that you cared about. How did that giving make you feel? If it didn't make you feel good, that's fine, but for a lot of people, giving actually makes you feel good, and it's linked to all the good things, life satisfaction, self-worth, happiness, lower rates of depression. It even makes you live longer. So depending on your life and your financial situation, you may not be in a place where giving, especially financially, is realistic. And I absolutely do not want you to make you feel bad if that's not something you can afford right now. But maybe it's a good goal for the future. Maybe once you've paid off your debt or maximized your monthly income, you can set the goal of giving. A big part of why building wealth is important is so you have the power to create the future you want. And giving to causes and charities you care about can be a huge contributor in creating that future. Fifth goal, and this may not be for everyone, it's a personal favorite, embrace minimalism. So I know there are a lot of different definitions of minimalism out there. To me, minimalism is all about intentionality. You don't need to do anything crazy, like wear the same outfit. I happen to be in a Steve Jobs outfit today. That is just a coincidence. I do wear more than one outfit. You also don't have to move into a tiny house. I just want you to be more deliberate with how you spend your money this year. So choose to spend it on things that will either last a long time or are fully aligned with your core values. We talk about spending in alignment with your values, but it's the same idea. It's just bringing intentionality to your spending decisions. Ask for a raise. Have you ever asked for a raise? Most women haven't. And if it's been a while since you've received a raise, make it a goal to be proactive about it. Talk to your boss about getting a raise or what you would have to do in order to get one. If you want some tips, we have a video on that. I'll link to it below. And if you're self-employed or a freelancer, raise your rates. Give yourself a raise. You're the one in control. Goal number 7 for you. Treat personal finance like self-care. You may have heard this before if you've been around for a while. When I think about self-care, I usually think of taking a bath, doing a face mask, and having quiet me time. But taking care of your finances is actually one of the highest forms of self-care that there is. Think about it. If your finances are a mess, you're likely going to be stressed, overwhelmed, have trouble sleeping, and that doesn't exactly sound like you're taking care of yourself. So, taking care of your finances is self-care. It reduces your stress, it brings peace of mind. It also helps you buy the things that you want to amplify your traditional self-care routines, like organic produce or your favorite overpriced body oil. Just me? All right, finally, number 8. Invest in yourself and your financial education this year. Whether you're trying to pay off debt, improve your credit score, save for retirement, or improve your spending habits, Investing your time into understanding personal finance is going to be a game changer for you. And there are a lot of ways to do this. You can read books, you can watch personal finance YouTube videos, you can subscribe to the Dow Janes newsletter. But the critical piece of investing in yourself is that you aren't just absorbing the information, you're actually taking action. And we built a program with just that in mind. Lorianne and I created the $1 Million Year to take people from feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or lost to taking bite-sized action every week to change their financial lives. We are experts at creating motivational videos, easy to follow workbooks, and building in accountability to get you to actually do it. There's parts in the program where we actually pause the video and we say, go fill out the workbook and then come back. We really break things down. So if you were gonna do one thing to make 2023 your best financial year yet, it would be to sign up for the $1 Million Year. It truly is your one-stop shop for financial wellness. We have step-by-step video courses on how to set up an emergency fund, how to pay off credit card debt, how to increase your income. And the best part is we tell you exactly what to do in what order based on where you're starting from. Plus, you can drop in on office hours with our financial coaches to get your questions answered, pop into the community for some motivational pep talks, or book a one-on-one call with a coach to ask your specific questions. It is a full wraparound support and accountability so that you can actually take financial action and change your life this year. We help women at all different points in life, starting out in their careers, recovering from divorce, managing finances as a couple, paying off credit card debt, saving for retirement, and we've seen them take action that gives them hope for their financial future, often for the first time in their lives. It's truly incredible. So like I said, if you are ready to make 2023 your best money year yet, look no further than the $1 Million Year. I'll include a link in the description below where you can learn more. Don't let this year go by without taking at least one step in the direction of more abundance, financial peace of mind, and living the life that you were meant to live. I want that for you. Thanks for watching and best of luck in the new year. I am absolutely rooting for you. And if you want some mini accountability, pop in the comments what you are committing to this year as your financial goal.